We are really happy to be partnering with Accountants World in it. So much of what Thriving Firm is about, it's about creating the practice and life of your dreams, really. And part of what it takes to do that is to have the right resources in-house. And Accountants World is a great partner. We did a lot of homework in deciding who's the right organization for us to partner with, because their solutions are totally account-centric. They help you improve the efficiency of your practice, deliver more value to clients with less effort, ease the compliance work that you have to do, and also allow you to add some additional services that can increase revenue and retention and all that. So that was I think, a big part of what I started with. And most importantly, the Thriving Firm Conference is, while it's a great conference, we have great speakers and great content, but most importantly, it's an experience. It's really a place where things happen for people, where things shift for people. For us at Thriving Firm, one of the key beliefs we have that really drives what we're doing is that if you change your thinking, your world can change. You can produce different results. So the Thriving Firm Conference has become an experience where thinking can change, where new possibilities can emerge, where people see different things for their practices. And some of it is the conversation, driven by the conversations we have. A lot of it is talking to colleagues. There are a number of firms in Thriving Firm that have done some amazing things in their practices, and they share them with you. They share them very openly because they live in a world of abundance, and they're very happy to help others win. It's not just about, they don't play close to the vest. They're really happy to share. And so that's a big part of what you get at the Thriving Firm Conference. It's learning from others. So, Mike, does that pretty much cover it?
Yes, it does. Thank you, Rick, for doing that.
Sure.
The other question, I think you just touched on it, was tell us a little bit more about Thriving Firm in general.
Thriving Firm is really a collaborative. It's a group of firms, each of whom has their own goal, their own vision, their own dreams. We don't try to impose our view of what a successful firm is. For some people, it's a small, profitable, quality of life firm. For others, it's a much bigger. Some are building large regional practices. That's for you to decide. But the collaboration of Thriving Firm is really about firms sharing with each other and helping each other. And also this whole notion that change can take place at the rate you're comfortable with. Some firms really want to jump in with both feet and make significant changes in their practices. Others are doing pretty well and are just looking to tweak a few things and fine-tune it, and all of that's part of what's available in the Thriving Firm Collaborative. So there's the collaboration among members, which is huge, and then there's the different pieces that we bring. We have a methodology for developing a thriving practice that's been proven over the years to work. So it's a process, a methodology. We have resources and support. I don't even want to start listing the resources. They're huge. Obviously, Accountants World fills a huge gap for us. But we have sales training, soft skills training, team development, things like that. So there's a lot there. If you go to thrivingfirm.com, you can certainly learn a lot more about it.
Should my partners also attend is the next question, Rick.
Yeah, we really encourage that. And I shared this before. Part of a conference is information, and you learn a lot of information at our conference. And, of course, that's valuable. It's hard to convey to other people. But the most significant part of our conference is experiential. It's kind of seeing within yourself what's been holding you back from really being able to step into the practice that you really want and letting that go. And the reason we encourage people to bring partners is that when they don't, we often hear sometimes frustration from people. When I go back, I felt excited and enthused. I saw some new openings for our practice, things we could do a little bit differently and have more fun and make more money or whatever it is. And it's hard to communicate that to my partners. So the small cost that you're investing, I mean, think of it really, and as I said, we work hard to keep the costs low. The room rates, the tuition, everything is lower than you're going to find for any other accounting conference. But the small investment that you'll make in being there can have a tremendous return in terms of really getting your firm in the direction you want it to be in, and also having everybody aligned as to the direction you're moving in.
Yeah, if I could jump in on that. I mean, we talked to a number of partners where an individual goes, and the firm itself, the firm conference, Thriving Firm Conference itself is very impactful on the individual. But when you can actually get your partners involved and you can actually come home and hit the road running with these new ideas, new concepts, and new ways of thinking together, you get there that much faster. Also, as Rick mentioned earlier in the call, we also have the Firm Alignment Day on that Friday. So it's also good if you can get your team together, your partners together, you can attend the conference, get new ideas, and then move right into a Firm Alignment Day on that Friday.
Yeah, that's great. I think last year, we had a firm had 10 people there. Am I right, Mike? For the Firm Alignment
Day. You are correct.
Yeah. You
are correct. So they're asking, is there CPE for the conference?
Yeah, there is. It's loaded with CPE. I don't know, eight credits a day or something like that.
8 credits a day.
Morning sessions. Yeah.
Awesome.
One question I see on my screen, Mike, if I can jump in, what should I do in preparation for the conference? I love that question because what I really want you to do, this is maybe a challenge, maybe not, is to, before you come to the conference, take your beliefs and points of view about what's possible in your practice and leave them at the door. We have a tendency, it's the nature of the mind, to look at things and see things. Every time we look at something, like think about our practice and look at it and what's working and what's not and where we want to go and what the issues are, we tend to see the same thing again and again. And when we think of solutions, we tend to think of the same solutions again and again. So what I ask you to do to come to this conference, the most important thing you do is empty your mind and come open to possibilities and just see what shows up. I think that would be really cool. I do want to acknowledge we're a few minutes over the 14 minutes. We will absolutely continue answering questions for as long as there are questions, but I just wanted to let you all know that we've given you the essence of it. I don't know anyone who's ever come to our conference that didn't love being there, and that's the truth. I encourage you to invest your time and energy. It's really about your practice and your future and creating an awesome practice. So I really encourage you to be there. You see the URLs to register. And so, Mike, back to you with questions.
Yeah, we actually have a question that on top of the partner question. Is this conference geared towards multiple partner firms, or will sole practitioners receive a significant benefit? Good question.
Oh, yeah. Good, very good question. The answer is for both. I mean, if you're running a practice, this is valuable. We have many sole practitioners there who I can tell you over the years have had some really great breakthroughs in their practices and really creating the kind of practice they want. I know many sole practitioners, and when I was in practice, I was one of them, loved being a sole practitioner, and that's cool. But you'll get some great ideas on how to deliver more value with less effort, how to be paid for value that you deliver. When you learn how to deliver value, and we will show you how to do that, and you learn how to communicate that value and get paid for it, it opens up the door to really increase your earnings without having to increase your hours. And the best part of it is the client's pretty happy. The clients are really happy because you're making a big difference in their world, but your quality of life is better. And when you have the ability to attract the business that you really want to attract, charge fees that are commensurate with the value, it gives you the freedom to let go of some C&D clients that maybe you're better off without. So all of those things are possible here.
What's really great, I think, too, Rick, on top of that, we have a mix of sole practitioners and multi-partner firms. There is a sharing of best practices that occurs. And whether you're a multi-partner firm or a sole practitioner, those best practices still exist, and they work very well. So it's a great way to network and see what other people are doing, regardless of the size of the firm, and how clients are experiencing that and what's really working well. Mm-hmm. So it's a great way to kind of cross-pollinate ideas, etc.
Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, I'm seeing a couple of questions, people asking for specific agendas. So I would say by the end of this week, a detailed agenda will be posted. So not to worry about that. Someone also raises the question, we're giving awards away in a general session. We don't give awards away in a general session. The first night, the night before the conference, which is a Tuesday evening, we have a reception for everyone, a wine and cheese reception. The second evening, there's an optional cocktail reception where we do have an awards. We do give out awards to members for a variety of topics, but that's optional. It doesn't take any general session time, so I wanted to clarify that. But I know there are a few people looking for specifics. That'll be posted in the agenda. It doesn't make sense for me to sit here and read through the agenda. That would take a while, and you can do it on your own. Any other questions, Mike?
You just want to touch real quick, Rick, on just what happens on each of the days. I mean, I know for people that have attended before, what you're going to get is you're going to get a general session with some great speakers, as well as breakout sessions with specific topics. And that's kind of, you want to take us how the days unfold from a general sense, just so people have a better idea of what to
Sure.
expect on each
Yeah.
day?
A lot of what we pay attention to during the day is the flow of people and energy, and so we always start with a keynote, which is right the first morning, and it really sets the tone for the whole conference. And then we mix the day each day with some general sessions on topics that we know everyone is really interested in and is really important for everyone to hear, and that's where some of the shifting mindsets and opening to possibilities conversations take place. And then we have the concurrent sessions that take place. There's 3 tracks going on at a time. So one of them is run by Accountants World, and that's always around technology-based and cloud accounting and those things. And our sessions really mix up a bunch of topics. We have discussions around how to practice management, how to build a great firm culture, how to bring value to clients. So there's always sessions to choose from. And then I believe it's day 2 is when we have our roundtable discussions, which is really members sharing with members. And we facilitate those, we guide those, we want to make sure everyone has a voice, everyone can get a chance to speak and learn from each other. We really mix it up. At the end of day 1, we always have a little bit of a surprise, entertaining way to finish off the day. We start not terribly early. I think it's about 8-ish, 8 or 8:30 we start. We get you out of there by about 5 on the first day and earlier the second day. So they're full days. There's a lot of learning. There's a lot of flexibility and choice as to where you go. Anything else, Mike? Anything I left out?
One thing I do, I want to switch to the presenter just to show them. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Let me just change presenter just to me real quick because there's a question about hotel blocks, room costs, and what they need to do for that. So let me just grab that.
Right.
And I can show that on the screen because we'll be utilizing those codes. So on my screen now, you should be able to see the hotel discount deadline is Friday, September 23rd. Now what I will say about that, the hotel's already contacted us. The hotel is filling up. So I want everyone to be aware that the hotel is filling up. So even if you're thinking about going, you should get your registration in to the hotel so they can hold you a place. As Rick said, the rooms are $129 a night. And I believe we even got a rate if you want a balcony-facing, beachfront-facing room, it's $149. So we worked that out as well.
Yeah, one thing I'll add to that, Mike, is while the discount deadline is September 23rd, they won't guarantee that there'll be $129 room nights left. There may be the $149 balcony. Not a big difference, but if $129 is important to you, I would absolutely make the reservation sooner rather than later.
And again, the hotel's already contacted us, and the hotel is filling up, so we're getting really close there. The hotel rate, you can either go through the www.thrivingfirmconference.com, click on the link for the hotel to get your discount rate on the reservation, or you may call them, 1-800-421-1442, and mention the RAND1 America's Thriving Firm Conference, and that will secure your rate if it's available for the $129 a night. There's also transportation available at a discounted rate. And if you look on your screen, that code will be ZFF8N.
But I'm making a very big commitment to you, a big promise, and people who know me know that I keep my promises. This conference can absolutely be a game changer for you and your firm. So I really encourage you to be there. It is different than anything you've experienced, and you can hold me to that when I see you there. So I hope to see you all in Sarasota. Thanks for your time this afternoon, and have a wonderful day, and enjoy the rest of your summer.